All right. So let's do another comparison. Let's look at 8.1% interest semi-annually and 8% interest daily to see which one is a better deal. Semi-annually is every 6 months, which means twice a year. So here the n is going to be equal to 2. For the daily, we'll just always use 365 for the number of days in the year, right? I know that there are leap years sometimes, but we won't worry about that for this class. 2021 is not a leap year anyway, so here we go. Okay, so here if I look at my effective yield, so we have 1 plus 0.081 over 2, the power of 2 minus 1. When I punch that in, I get 0.0826425, okay, or approximately 8.26%. All right, for the daily, all right, my n is 365 and the r is 0.08. When I punch those in on my calculator, I get 0.0832775718. Or again, if I convert to a percent, and I'll round to a couple decimal places, we get 8.33%. Okay, so in this case, we see, well, even though 8% is a smaller interest rate, because it's compounded so much more often, I actually end up with a better deal than the higher interest rate that's only compounded twice a year. Okay.
I had a question. What does why are we saying yield?
Well, what I'm looking at, well, we define this as the effective rate. You're right. Okay, there's a number of different things that this is called. Effective rate, effective yield, APY, which is the annual percentage yield. You're right. I should have left this as effective rate.
That's okay. It's good to learn a little something now.
Yeah. So effective rate is also sometimes called the APY, or annual percentage yield. Okay. I don't want to get too crazy with terminology in this class. This is, still a math class, not a finance class. So we don't want to get, too crazy with what everything is called. What I want to do though is let you know that there's, a difference. And when you go to a bank and you look at a loan, sometimes the same loan is going to have two different numbers on it. And that's because one of them is the annual interest rate. And then the other one is, well, what is that actually going to get me per year, right? So if I look at this 8% daily, the annual rate is 8%, but it's actually going to net me 8.33% every year because of the compounding. Okay, so the 8% daily is more interest. Okay, now again, when we go through this class, we go through and we learn how to compute things. In your everyday life, people do computations for you, right? When you go to a bank, you don't have to bust out your calculator to figure out this 8.33%. Okay, they'll write that right on there. Okay, what we want to do is understand what it is, right? We want to know, why are there two numbers on the same thing? And this way you can sort of see and get a feel for, oh, this is what that is. The interest rate is 8%, but because of the compounding, my money's actually going to go up by 8.33% after a year. Okay. So that's the idea behind effective rate.